What's up, sports freaks, and welcome to All Sports Media Team Presents Triple B episode number 9. The title this week, Bring the Fight. And you know I can't go into a fight without my partners. I got my partner George Acholo over there. What's going on, George?
Hey, what's going on, Ricky? How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, brother. Let's do it. Below us, we got the man of the hour. We got my dude. He's back. He wasn't feeling good last week, but we're bringing him back for the fight. Got my boy Gilbert A plus Asensio. What's up, GA?
Yes, sir. You know I'm ready to bring the fight today.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do it. But before we get into any type of fight, the reason it's called Bring the Fight, obviously, Conner McGregor fight is this Saturday. There's also been people fighting for their lives, fighting for their positions, fighting for their teams, fighting to play to represent their country. So we have all that and so much more. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Unfortunately, as you can see from our backgrounds, we lost another legend. I woke up to this morning that not just the baseball world, sports world in general, lost one of the best in Henry Hank Aaron at the age of 86. He was like a young 86. Yes, he had a cane towards the end, but that dude always had a smile on his face. He always had ball players coming up and talking to him. You just see it. Even like they kept showing his Hall of Fame speech, and he said, this is like the best moment of my life. And he was at all the All-Star games, like always. Nothing stopped him. The players loved it. But there's a lot that people don't know about Hank Aaron. For you guys that aren't following sports or just starting to follow sports, maybe through us or just in general, Hank Aaron started in the Negro Leagues, played for a team called the Clowns, and then he came up to the Milwaukee Braves, and then he went to the Atlanta Braves, which I'm representing here. And then the Milwaukee Brewers. He also with the Milwaukee Brewers for a little bit, and then he went to the Atlanta Braves. Let's see. He has second, finger quote, even though I'm a big Barry Bonds supporter. It pisses people off, but I really don't care. He's second on the all-time home run list at 755, but he was the one that broke the unbreakable record, the 714 of the great Bambino Babe Ruth. It was a huge.
Wasn't it 30,000 hits if I remember?
He has a lot of hits.
It?
He has a lot of hits.
It's up there.
3,000, yeah. He has other records.
Oh, 3,000?
I think he has 3,000. I didn't.
Oh, 3,000? Okay.
I didn't check that, but for sure he hit 755 home runs, which obviously we know Barry Bonds beat. But people still consider him to be the home run king. You ask certain people, certain traditionalists will say yes, some will say no. Numbers talk, and it is what it is. But Hank Aaron was one of the nice guys. I think of like Ken Griffey Jr. How Ken Griffey Jr. was. He loved the game. He loved his fans. He loved his team. That was Hank Aaron. But Hank Aaron went through so much. First of all, before I get into that, I want to let you know just what this guy had done. Not only the 715 home runs, he also was second all-time. Instead of the home run, 715. He also holds the record for RBIs, runs batted in, when you're not going to run, 2,297. The most total bases, 6,856, and most extra base hits, which is just, if it's not a single, it's an extra base hit, 1,477. But here's the crazy part. And George, I will go to you for this because, we're Latino, but we're not African-American. So I think you'll be able to explain this more to us. Hank Aaron played through the civil rights movement. He played and he was from Mobile, Alabama. That's the heartbeat of racism, Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
And he grew up in Mobile, Alabama, and he went through a lot. He talked about, they went and did a bio on him today, and they talked about how I think one other player had to dress in a different locker room, drink from a different water fountain, but yet he could play on the same field. It's insanity to hear something like that. And then for him to be the home run king for as long as he was, and to be as respected by so many now Hall of Famers or soon to be Hall of Famers that respect this man for not only being clean, but overcoming as much as he did to do what he did. It's amazing to me. I respect the hell out of this guy, and I always have. So George, I'm going to come to you. I mean, like I said, we are of Latino descent, but I'm going to come to you since you are African-American descent. First off, hearing the news that Hank Aaron died, how'd you feel? And second off, how does it feel having someone besides Jackie Robinson, the color barrier, Larry Doby, the American League color barrier, to do what Hank Aaron
Okay.
did to represent the African American culture. We lost. Oh, there he goes. Okay, go ahead, George.
All right. So yeah, you kind of like glitched off for a second, but I heard most of it. And first of all, it's heartbroken to me to hear that he passed away today because he's one of like the few baseball players that paved the way for us as me as an African American to like go through the stuff that he went through to try to pave the way for African Americans to play this game of baseball because yeah, like you said he started in a Negro League, but guess what? Him and Jackie Robinson were the first pioneers to break into like the spectacle of having African Americans play for this Negro League. So like as an African American, that makes me proud because he's the one that paved the way for us African Americans because there's been times where there's been a lot of times where we received a lot of letters about him being racism. Like he gets called the N-word and everything. Like he's been hated on only because of his skill set in baseball. So for me, that just makes me proud as an African American to have him because like if he could do it, then we could do it too. And it's not just in sports; it's in everything that he does because then that goes to show you, Africans yes, we're African Americans. Yes, we went through all the bad battles in the past. Like we went through all we went through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So I think for him, that just makes me a proud African American for him to do what he did and be more successful in the baseball league.
Absolutely. No, I 1,000,000,000% agree. And you got to look at the names that came after him that idolized him. Names like King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr., Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonds, Willie Mays was around the same time as me, but younger Barry Larkin, people like that. Huge names. Not even just baseball. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, those names, Kobe Bryant, younger Allen Iverson. It doesn't matter.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Absolutely. And they're all being idolized because of this. They all follow this guy's, the way that he carried himself. Like I said at the very beginning, he was always nice to everybody. He was always humble. He hit 715 home runs, just beat Great Bambino. All he did around the base. It was like first inning, I think, against Al Downing of the Dodgers. And the first inning did his home run. That one person, I believe, that chased him around the field. That's epic and iconic.
Yeah.
But he got the game. Yeah, go.
And he did that. And he didn't even play his whole career in the MLB. Imagine if he played his whole career in the MLB.
That is true.
Those numbers would have been way higher than they are now.
It's funny you say that because remember what we talked about a couple weeks ago, that they're including the Negro Leagues stats now.
That's right.
So who knows what happened? Good job. Good job, GA.
And then, let me say something. If you take away 715 home runs that he did, he's still ballot Hall of Fame only because of those 3,000 hits that he had. So with that, he is ballot Hall of Fame. So people have to recognize that.
No, he's absolutely amazing. And if we are off on our numbers, we apologize. But he definitely is a Hall of Famer just for what I said. He's got all these huge names following him. He was clean. He just did it the right way, man. And he went through hell and back to do it. So rest in peace to Hank Aaron. My condolences out to the Braves family, to the Brewers family, to MLB and sports in general. We lost a legend. We lost a good one. So
much respect.
Yeah. Sadly, I promise we'll get to something happy eventually, but we got another death, another Braves connection, actually. We lost Dodgers legend / Braves broadcaster, pitcher Don Sutton. We lost him probably about a few days before Hank. What I remember about Don Sutton, I don't remember his playing days very much. Like I know who he is, but I remember him when I would watch Braves games. I used to watch on TBS and stuff. I used to watch Braves games, and he was always funny, but he always had good stories. And the cool part was he had experience because he was a player. So he
Right.
always incorporate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And he had that signature curly hair that he had everywhere he went. So he'd be kind of like a Dustin May, the redhead on the Dodgers. You know, not too extreme, but it was something like that. And he was known for that. So rest in peace, Don Sutton. Again, condolences to the Sutton family. He's played for a lot of teams. I can't even go through the list.
I believe he played for the Angel team, for the
Dodgers,
Angels.
Angels. Yes, he played for the Angels. Angels, Dodgers, Braves, and
He
MLB
was
in
up there.
general. I'm so tired of these rest in peace things, man. I can't do this anymore. I'm over it.
Right.
Speaking of which, let's talk about Tommy Lasorda. All right. Last week we honored Tommy. We did a lot of really cool Tommy stories. We each had something about him. He was laid to rest in a private ceremony at Dodger Stadium this week on Tuesday, I believe it was. So I'm glad that he was able to do that and have, former players, former teammates be able to be there with him. And then if you go outside, I don't know if it's still there or not. Me and G are Angel fans, so we're used to this dying thing, man. Aiden Hart, Skaggsy,
Oh yeah.
where our pitcher's mound in front of our stadium was covered in flowers. So right now, Dodger Stadium, where it says "Welcome to Dodger Town," I believe it is, or something like that.
I
There's
think
a big
welcome to the Dodgers or something.
yeah, it says Vince Scully or something like that. But it's got a shrine of flowers and pictures and all kinds of stuff in front of it. So again, Tommy, it's been a week, but we still love you, man. We love your family. Rest in peace to you. I'm just glad that he got the send off he deserved. You know, he was a Dodger for life, and what better way to send him off than a ceremony at Dodger Stadium, right?
Man, baseball heaven is just getting a bunch of greats.
What did they say? 11, 10, like 10 to 11 now. I think it's been in the last X amount of months. Like, what was it, 8 months, something like that? It's no, the whole year. I think it came out to like 13. I think it's 13 is what they said. It's just horrible.
Crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's insane. All right, gentlemen, let's we've honored the legends. Now it's time to talk some deals.
Let's do it.
We're talking Dodgers. Let's stay with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are in talks with free agent third baseman Justin Turner. They do want to bring him back. There's rumors he wants to come back. Will the Dodgers shell out the money that he wants? If you're the Dodgers, do you shell out the money for Turner, Gilbert?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he was part of that championship team. You gotta do what you gotta do to bring the whole team back together. That's what the Lakers did, and that's what the Dodgers need to do too if they want to repeat. So I think they got to do it.
What do you think, George? Would you pay a Turner, or would you go after someone else?
Of course, yeah.
We lost George. You guys froze.
And
there you're back.
In order for you to like try to defend that champion, what happened?
No, you guys froze. You're good. Keep going. You guys froze.
Hello, Ricky, you froze.
I'm here. Are we good?
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So as I was saying, you would. Yeah. So as I was saying, you'll pay him because like he was part of that championship team. He was one of the key guys in that Dodgers game that helped bring home like the crown. So with that, I think like if you bring as much people or at least a core, then it gives you a great chance of repeating. So I think Dodgers are going to be in the right path if he brings them back.
Let's see if they sign him. It's funny, Gilbert said what he said. You got to keep everybody together if you want to try to get that title, because what I'm about to say is going to break the hearts of Dodger fans everywhere. Kike Hernandez, 2 years, $14 million to the Boston Red Sox. Official.
Oh man, and he would go to the Red Sox.
But I think Kike is going to do great there. He's got that short porch in left field, the green monster. If he gets it high enough, Kike always he pulls the ball hard. He may be small, but he can hit, man.
That's what the Red Sox are good at, is getting good players.
Yeah, go ahead, Gilbert, then George. Go ahead, Gilbert.
Oh no, that's what the Red Sox are good at, is just getting those good players and getting them to play together. They know how to bring the team together and watch out for the Red Sox this year, man.
No, don't say that. Go ahead, George.
I just gotta say, like I hate like the anything in Boston though. It's funny because I was
you're a Patriots fan though,
so
it don't make no sense.
I know, but I'm like a Tom Brady. I know, but I'm a Tom Brady fan. Okay. Here's this.
Let's not get off of baseball.
I don't know the history between Dodgers and Red Sox, but yeah,
Well, except for that one year
I
they
wouldn't
cheated,
sit
but
well
yeah,
with that.
we're not gonna get into all that. 2008.
I wouldn't sit. I doesn't sit well with that. But
2018, bro. They
good for
cheated. Leave
him.
it at
Got a
that.
better deal,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully Dodgers could get something back.
I just hope. Well, no, he
Or
signed
I
as a
don't
free
know.
agent.
What did they get back?
He signed as a free
Oh, he
agent.
signed as a free agent.
But I think that's good for Kike because he's always
yes.
been either a utility player or a backup player, and now he'll be the starting second baseman in Boston, and he'll get to play, and he'll like be peppering, as Coach said. This is for Coach. He'll be peppering the Green Monster in left field. So
Nice.
It's gonna be cool to see. Angel time. All right. I'm happy with the Angels and I'm pissed at the Angels all at the same time right now. I'll say the happy part first. We just signed former All-Star Jose Quintana, left-handed All-Star pitcher, 1 year, $8 million. So we're bringing him in. We finally got a lefty starter that we could probably depend on. Kind of reminds me of Hector Santiago in a way. I think Quintana's a little more kept together. So we'll see what happens. He was on the Cubs when they won the World Series, I think, in 2016. I think. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I like Quintana. He's also been on the White Sox, so he knows pressure of big cities. So if he comes to LA or Anaheim, he'll be okay with the spotlight. However, I'm gonna rant a little bit. Here it comes. Ricky's
rant.
I am
Ricky's rants.
Pissed that the Angels have not brought back Shohei Ohtani.
Oh man.
And in the fact I get they're trying to negotiate, but the dude can pitch over 100 miles an hour, even after Tommy John. We'll see what happens. Sorry, I'm fading out of the picture here because I'm getting so mad. But he can hit like no other. You can put him anywhere in the freaking lineup and he'll crush the ball. But the whole reason is like $5 million. Like, I think they want Ohtani asked for like 3.5 or something like that. And then the Angels offered 2.9 and they can't come to a median. Go 3.3, get that together. Let's get Ohtani back in our lineup. If we are healthy, we have a good lineup. If Upton's in, he's good. Rendon, Pujols, Ohtani. I mean, what are we waiting for, Gilbert? It's driving me insane.
You didn't even mention Trout, but
yeah, that guy too.
But look, the deal with the situation here, Ohtani is the same thing as the Dodgers with Crenshaw. That's their best pitcher. We got to find a way to get this guy back. And I'm surprised that no other team has signed him yet because that's a star player right there.
Can you imagine if like Oakland or someone got him? Oh my God, I'd be so pissed.
Do you remember when the Yankees took Mark Teixeira away from us?
Do we have to bring that up?
I'm just saying.
Why you gotta bring that up, man?
That's an example.
Time for me.
That's an example.
That was a tough time for me.
But we need to get this deal done, though. We need to get this deal done.
We have to sign him. Give him the money. He's gonna sign with the Yankees. He's gonna sign with the Cubs. He's gonna sign with the Red Sox. You have, and are you kidding me? Ohtani in the National League, dude, with pitchers batting? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. All right, my rant's over. George,
I'm surprised the Padres haven't got him.
Oh, we're going to the Padres next. Go ahead, George. You got about 7 minutes to cover the rest of baseball. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I mean, with that said, it is kind of painful as an Angels fan that they had to go through all that situation. But, every problem, like, there's always a solution. So hopefully Angels could find some type of solution to fix whatever they have that's lingering on. So
look at you guys with the segues. Good job. Solution. How about Trevor Bauer or Jake Odorizzi, Nick? I'm sorry, Gilbert. I'm thinking of my buddy Nick. What do you think, Gilbert? Jake Odorizzi or Trevor Bauer? Trevor Bauer went to UCLA. Okay.
They could solve a lot of solutions for you on the mound. Those two guys right there, man.
Well, we're not. I think we're going after one or the other. I don't think we're gonna get both. I know a Bauer number one, definitely. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. He's from Southern California. He has that mentality of just that laid back, I can do what I feel like kind of attitude, He'll fit in perfect.
Yeah. And I think that's a future Angel there.
You gotta see his Instagrams, but he's taking Instagrams with like all different hats on, like joking around. He's a smart ass. So I think he'll fit in perfect.
He knows what he's doing.
He's gonna fit in perfect with Joe Madden. We got to make
Oh,
this
yeah.
happen. So we got to make it happen. And then someone said Padres. You said Padres, Gilbert. Padres are on fire. AJ Preller does not mess around, dude. The GM of the Padres. They just signed all-star Joe Musgrove from the Pirates, right-handed fireballer from the Pirates, in a 3-team deal with the Pirates and the Mets. And they also just today or last night signed Little League World Series superstar, all-star Jurickson Profar, who plays like multiple positions, for 3 years, $21 million to come back to San Diego. That's on top of what they already have with that super rotation, on top of having Hosmer, on top of having Manny Machado, and on top of having Fernando Tatis Jr. Holy crap. What do you got, Gilbert?
Ricky, I've been saying this since they signed Manny Machado. They're going to make moves, and they're making the moves now, man. They're going to do something special these upcoming years, but especially this year. If they could put it together, they're going to be in the mix for the championship run. And I can see it happening, man. It's been such a long time that the Padres been up there.
Well, they were in the playoffs last year. They almost beat the Dodgers, so just putting it out there. And that was without the super rotation that they have now. Super rotation.
Remember when they had Adrian Gonzalez?
Oh, Adrian Gonzalez. Yes. I love Adrian Gonzalez. George, you have anything to say about the Super Padres? Like, they're getting better. It's like, how can they get any better? And they keep getting better. They got Yu Darvish and Blake Snell.
I forgot that they picked them up.
Dang, man.
Go ahead, George.
So that sounds like the Brooklyn Nets of baseball right there, if you ask me.
Right. And the Dodgers are
like they have all the stars, they have all the super teams. So now it's either championship or bust.
Yep.
So going into that season, if the Padres do not win the World Series, then everything is a bust, because then that's a sign that they want to win now than 2 years from now. So they put all their eggs in one basket. So let's see where this thing goes. If they can't if they can't win this World Series, then it's a failure. So with that said, they got to compete.
They have one of the best rotations I've seen in years. So I'm really excited to see. All right. You guys know how I feel about this next guy. I think this change of scenery is going to be good for him. Talking about George Springer, aka left or right fielder, center fielder for the cheater Astros, as George would say. He just signed 6 years, $150 with Toronto.
Oh man,
Matt, we told you. We said. I think it was me and you, Gilbert. We said Springer was going to get a max deal somewhere, and he did.
Yeah. Isn't he going up there with one of his buddies?
No, Brantley was supposed to go. Brantley almost signed after him, and he decided to stay in Houston, which I don't have on here. But that was a smaller deal where he stayed in Houston. It was a 2
wow. He did. Springer did get paid though. He got a good deal up there. Houston
was only offering him like the arbitration money, like 18.5. He's like, deuces, bro. I'm going to Canada and get 150 mil. George, what do you think about George Springer getting this deal, man? He's laughing. We got 3 minutes to do like 4 stories.
I think it's good for him. He got his money.
He got his ring.
I think it's good for him. He got his money. So I think the team that he's in has really high confidence in him. So hopefully he performs this upcoming season.
The Blue Jays are,
and hopefully he could live up onto his contract.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are like the Padres of the AL. They got all the young talent. They got Bo Bichette. They have Kevin Biggio. They have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And then their pitching staff is really good as well. They got Hyunjin Ryu over there. They got a pretty good team. They did good in the playoffs. I mean, and now they just picked up better people. So
it seems like all the other teams in the MLB are making moves except the LA teams, man. What's going on?
They're letting go of people. That's what they're doing. They also, Blue Jays also got former Angel Tyler Chatwood. Not major deal, but pretty cool. 1 year, $3 million. John Lester used to play for the Boston Red Sox. Just signed with the Washington Nationals. 1 year deal. The money wasn't talked about yet, but he had a good story. When he was with was it Boston? I want to say it was when he was with Boston. He came back from leukemia and came back and threw like a 2-hitter or something like that. He's a World Series champion. Left-handed power all-star. So I think that's a good deal for him. Go to
That's a nice pickup for the Nationals.
Yeah,
definitely.
And he can hit. and he can hit. So he's in the
Definitely.
NL now, and he can hit.
You gotta watch out for Nationals. They got Bryce Harper up there too.
They also, you guys are doing so good tonight with these segues. Ryan Zimmerman is coming back. Mr. National. Mr. National, because there was rumors he was going to retire, and he's coming back on a 1-year deal. He's going to be backup first baseman to Josh Bell, who's the switch hitting, power hitting first baseman they got from the Pirates. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to go through these other ones really quick because we're running out of time, and I blame myself for that. The Chicago Cubs are bringing back Chris Bryant. We talked about that. Where is Chris Bryant going to go? And hoping the Angels would jump on it, but they didn't. You know, Dodgers were talking to him. He's going back to the Cubs, 19 mil. 1 year, 19 mil. And El Mago, Javi Baez, is also going back to the Cubs, 1 year, 11 mil. We talked about Brantley going back to the Astros, 2 years, 32 mil. Also, J.A. Happ is going to the Twins, 1 year, 8 mil. And then I was talking to Gilbert about this earlier. They have this cool thing on MLB called the All Free Agent Team. I thought it was kind of cool, so I'm going to go ahead and go through it. Kike was their left fielder. He's no longer a free agent, so there's going to be a question mark on left field. So here we go. Catcher, Yadier Molina, JT Realmuto, who they think Realmuto is going to get a max deal. Molina is going to get a small deal somewhere. Tommy La Stella for first base. Second base, Marcus Semien from the A's. Justin Turner, third base. Shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Here. Left field is questionable right now. Center field, Jackie Bradley Jr. I think he's going to get a good deal somewhere. Jock Peterson, right field, Dodger. DH, Marcell Osuna, who got, what did he get? He got Silver Slugger this year for DHs, which is pretty cool. Pitchers, Trevor Bauer, Masahiro Tanaka, the Yankees, the Big Maple, James Paxton, Jake Odorizzi, who we talked about Angels might jump on, Garrett Richards, former Angel, and Rick Porcello, who's got a pretty good resume himself. In the bullpen, Brad Hand, he's going to get a big deal somewhere. Trevor Rosenthal throws like 100 still. Mike Melanson, same thing, throws in the high 90s. Alex Colomé, got like 5 different pitches, good guy. And Joaquin Soria, who's like a finesse pitcher. He has like all kinds of different movement type pitches. So it's going to be cool to see him. It's going to be really cool to see these future Hall of Famers, see where they go, you know? Who knows? Who knows where they're going to go? Speaking of Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame will finally be announced on Tuesday, this Tuesday on MLB Network. I want to say it's going to be at like 3-ish. That's when they usually do it, 3 Pacific time. So make sure you get your DVR set. We're going to see who's going to join the class of 2020 that didn't get didn't get a ceremony. They're going to get joined in July. Hopefully we'll be able to actually have a ceremony for Jeter and, you know, CJ, Chipper Jones, and then all the new guys that comes in as well.
They deserve one.
Absolutely, I agree. It's sorry we went so much on baseball. We had a lot of baseball this week, and sometimes that happens. We have a lot of baseball, and we have a lot of we have no football. And then we have a lot of football, we have no baseball. You know, so that's how it went this week. WNBA free agents. We're talking free agents. I talked about this last week. I'm very nervous about this because I don't want to lose Candace. But here's your names: Emma Meesman, Tina Charles, Simone Augustus, Chelsea Gray, Diana Taurasi, unless she retires, Sue Bird, and Candace Parker. Those are the big names. There's 41 names out there, gentlemen. 41 WNBA free agents. And Candace Parker's one of them.
Ricky, when does free agency start?
For women?
Yeah.
Now.
What's going on then? Why these
star players? They're trying to negotiate. George is a bit of silent assassin over there. I know he's thinking about it. You okay over there, buddy?
I'm good.
What do you think? You know these girls better than we do. You know, Candace, do you see her staying? She's like an LA girl, man. I just got that vibe from her.
I think the Sparks are gonna try to do what they can to convince her to stay. Him and her and Chelsea Gray, because those are your two key
I would love to get Chelsea Gray. Can you imagine her and Candace and Nene next to each other? Or Igumake, right?
For real, yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah, Nneka Igumake.
Yeah, I think I don't see Sue Bird going anywhere. She is Seattle Storm. I don't see her going nowhere. I see her signing a max deal.
Or like she's probably gonna do like a 2-year vet minimum. I don't know if they do that for women. I don't know like the whole situation of that, but because like she played for so many years in the WNBA, so like I'll be surprised if she goes to another team to finish her career. But I think like if you ask me, she should finish her career with the Seattle Storm because like she has so many accomplishments, won multiple championships there. So I think it'll just be like a great legacy that she's gonna leave for the Seattle Storm when she retires, probably in the next 2 years.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. What do you think, Gilbert?
Oh, most definitely. I think the Mercury got to give Diana Taurasi that Kobe deal. You know,
the 3 years at the end of her career deal. I think they should give her 2 with an option. They give her 2 with an option, or 1 with an option. You know, or 2 years.
About right.
2 years with an option, because then she can retire if she wants to. If not, she can come back for the second year. You know, because Diana Taurasi would be an amazing coach. We've already talked about this, but NBA, WNBA, or college, she would be an amazing coach, and I just want to see what happens with her. So, I'm telling you, the one that makes me nervous is Candace, because a lot of people are going to want to get her.
Oh yeah,
she's a good all-around player.
Yeah,
I really can't see her go somewhere else though. I really can't. They gotta bring other players. That's the only way they could convince her to stay, man. They gotta bring other players.
Fingers crossed, gentlemen. Only time's gonna tell on this one, right?
We'll see.
All right.
Right.
Speaking of time, time will tell. We've been waiting to see what's gonna go on with the Olympics. They keep saying, "Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. We're gonna dwindle out some of the sports now because there's not as many, and we're gonna do what we can for COVID." Mind you, this is in Tokyo, Japan. As of this week, Tokyo, Japan has announced that the 2021 Olympics has been canceled. This sucks. They're pushing for 2023. It's just sad to not get to see these superstars go at it and represent their countries. And think about all the people that train so damn hard to not only just get to the training staff, but to get past the training staff, to make the team, to go and even not even for USA, anybody in general coming out to represent your country. And now, if anything, they're gonna have to wait at least another 2 years. I know Japan's pushing for 2023. I don't know if that means we're gonna have another Summer Olympics the year or so after, because usually it's every 4 years or 2 years.
4 years.
Yes, every 4 years.
So I don't know what they're gonna do.
And it sucks because think about it, like players like LeBron, you know they're still gonna be in the league in another 4 years.
Yep.
Or in 2023 when they decide to do it again. So he would have been in his probably last Olympics this year if they would have had it. So
well, even like Michael Phelps, or Ryan Lochte, the swimming team, or gymnastics. Gymnastics is awesome to see. Baseball, I believe, was coming back for college kids. It wasn't for pros, college kids. Softball, stuff like that. That's wrestling. That's all stuff you want to see. Breakdancing was going to be in the freaking Olympics this year. I was so stoked to see breakdancing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, barring a miracle, we're not going to get Olympics this year. So, we have a lot of bum news this week. I apologize to my viewers right now. I feel like an a-hole, because we're bringing all the bad news, man. But I got some good news though right here.
It just wasn't meant to be this year.
Apparently not. Okay, let's talk a little soccer or football. Let's talk some football. Football. All right, Cristiano. I don't care if you like soccer or not. You know who this guy is. Cristiano Ronaldo has.
Yeah, my brother's a fan of him.
You told me that. He has become the highest goal scorer in history. 760 goals and counting.
Not a surprise.
Cristiano Ronaldo, brother. Talk to me, Gilbert. Talk to me about this guy.
Doing this thing.
That's a legend. That's a GOAT right there.
Yes,
when you think about Cristiano Ronaldo, that's like Kobe of the NBA. That's like Michael Jordan. He's one of the greats, man. I'm not surprised he's up there with all those goals, man.
Yeah, George.
I would say he's kind of like the Magic Johnson of soccer, only because he could just do so many different things on the
versatile.
Field. Nice. Versatile, yeah. So
I like that.
I think, like you said, he is a GOAT. So he is one of the GOATs that should be in that GOAT conversation.
Man, how many goals? Let's say he plays another 2 years. He's at 760 right now, Gilbert. Let's do a little math. What's your estimate that he ends up with in 2 years?
I don't know, man.
Like 840. I'd say about 835, something like that.
Depends. Maybe
40
sounds
goals
about
in a
right.
year. Well, how many goals does he average a year? That's what you need to figure out.
And then we could go from there.
Yeah, so I can see him. I mean, I don't know soccer goals as much, but you figure 2 goals a game, 4 games a week. I'm not going to go into the crazy math, but I think he'll pass 800 easy. It depends on how many years he has left, Like you said to Rossi, who knows if he's even going to come back, So he's the goat straight up.
All right,
I would love to see him in the
she has
MLS.
like another 2 years left.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But she's the one who said she might walk away, so that's why it's kind of iffy. Gilbert, you were saying something.
Oh no, I'm just saying I would love to see him in the MLS, but
right, I was gonna say that would be awesome. I don't care what team he plays for. That would be awesome, just at least for a year or two, like
right?
what Beckham did. That'd be super, super freaking cool.
That would be cool.
Okay, so we got Cristiano Ronaldo. We also talked about a huge matchup that happened last week. We were so stoked about it. I'm gonna talk normal for people who don't understand what that means. Manchester United against Liverpool. It ended in a freaking 0-0 draw. That's not right, man. That is just not right. You can't have names that big and get a freaking draw.
When I said these teams are so even, that's the score right there. that's what you get at the end of the game, man. A 0-0
Was that your
draw.
prediction, GA?
That was your prediction,
man.
yeah.
Was that your prediction, 0-0?
No,
not exactly, but I did predict something like that.
We didn't say any scores. So I think I would still want to go to that game just for the history of it. But good Lord, 0-0, that would drive me up the damn wall. That's like watching a hockey game that's 0-0. It's just not right. And if it's those teams, those are like the GOATs of the Premier League. It's like, sorry.
It's crazy. It's crazy how soccer has so many leagues, man.
Oh, yeah, soccer. People don't know that. People don't know that.
It's so crazy.
Especially out here in America, if you're not a soccer fan or you don't follow soccer, you don't know about the Premier League or the Euro League or any of those other leagues. You know about MLS and maybe the Premier League. There's so many leagues.
And that's crazy where the players come into play, because if they don't get a nice deal at this league, they could go to another league and get that bank. Especially in the MLS, they'll give you that money.
Well, look at Beckham, look at Zlatan. Look at names like that.
Exactly. Wow. Imagine the NBA had that problem. Oh man,
taking all the European players, that'd be freaking crazy. Well, they take them anyway.
For real, man.
They just take already.
The Argentinian players, all
Jose Calderon,
Stojakovic. Oh yeah, lots of names we could throw out there. All right,
Bogdanovich.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, we're talking big names. The big names don't get much bigger than this in boxing. I got 3 stories. Well, the third one doesn't count because no one likes the guy. But the 2 versus 2 stories are major names. We talked about this for the last couple of weeks because there's been negotiations on if these 2 heavyweight champions, one's a WBO, one's a WBC champion, are they going to have title for title? Are they going to both drop their belts? What are they going to do? Talking about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. It is official. It will happen. It says undisputed title. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds exciting to me, and I want to see it. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, date still to be determined. So I promise you, whoever's listening now, we will have that for you as soon as I find out. Are you excited for this fight, George? Go for it.
Oh yeah. 3 great fighters. They're gonna put up an entertainment, and I think it's gonna be like a great fight that from these great athletes. So I'm more excited to see what's going. Look, I want to see what's happening, bro. I just want to see what's happening.
They're 2 heavyweight. They're champions. They're both champions. So I love seeing titles for titles. Gilbert, what about Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, dude?
Oh, you know me, man. I'm a boxer. I'm a boxing fan, and I love to see 2 great fighters go at it. And it's gonna be a hell of a fight, And I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
Same here. All right, this next one's for my Latinos out there. Canelo Alvarez. We talked about if he was coming back. We already announced last week he is coming back. We got a date. February 27th. Mark it down. February 27th. Again.
Wow,
that's my cousin's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to your cousin. Get him the fight. Or get them the fight. Canelo We'll take it. All right, I'm gonna try
That's
this name. Don't go ahead. Go ahead.
That's gonna be one expensive gift.
Yeah, right. Don't laugh at me if I butcher this.
Yeah, I gotta come up with all this money.
Right, seriously, you and everybody else. February 27th, it's going to be Canelo Alvarez against Alvani Yildirim. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie to you. I think Canelo's going to beat the crap out of him. That's just me. Then again, I was wrong on lots of fights that we've covered this last couple months. So I really probably shouldn't pick anybody because they don't do very well. But I'm excited to see Canelo back in the ring.
I was about to say, don't you remember what happened to Ronda Rousey?
Yes. Holly Holm, bro.
Oh, don't mention that, GA. Don't mention that.
Well, I want to see that Anderson Nunez fight too. I think, don't quote me on this, I think that's at UFC 257, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. I'm not 100% sure though. It might be on a different date, but that fight's going to be interesting. This next fight, I want to punch this guy myself. You know, Jake Paul drives me up the damn wall. Ricky's rant, round 2. Man. I hate Jake Paul. God, he drives me crazy. The guy thinks he can take on anybody he wants, thinks he can do whatever he wants just because he's a YouTuber. Now he's jumping in and he's getting a warm-up fight April 17th against an unknown opponent. I hope they throw in like some superstar lightweight just to kick his ass. But even if he does win, or it's a publicity stunt and he does win, this MFer is going to get knocked the hell out when money gets in the ring with him. I'm leaving it at that. Go ahead. My rant's over. Go ahead,
man,
George.
Go ahead, George.
Go ahead, George.
I mean, Jake Paul, yes, he's a fighter. He's born to be a fighter. But, bro, he needs to start respecting his opponents, man, because, like, it sounds to me that he thinks he's the best fighter. Like, okay, number one, bro, like, you don't have a lot of experience in fighting. Like, not more than, like, all these other dudes that have been fighting for forever. So I mean, to say that in the media, bro, I mean, like, I think like the next fight he does, I think he deserves to lose. So I mean, like, that's gonna teach him like some lessons on like not to call out like certain fighters.
Well,
so, I mean, like, if they do that, if they could beat Jake Paul, I think that's a lesson for him to,
but bro,
slow down and pump the brakes.
Let's be real. His fight with Nate Robinson was a publicity stunt. Let's be real.
It was a publicity stunt because, number one, Nate Robinson, he's not really a fighter. He's more like a grapple. Like, he'll grapple with you. He wouldn't like throw punches here and there. So like with that said, like I said this before, like Nate Robinson clearly wasn't ready. He was clearly not trained because like it takes a year, at least a year, for you to like be fully trained and be fully ready to go. And clearly like he wasn't, and that actually showed in the ring that he doesn't have like a lot of techniques. He doesn't have good defense. So I think with that, I mean, Nate Robinson, like, kudos to you for jumping into the ring. But bro, like, don't ever.
But bro, leave it at that. But bro, there's George's new segment. But bro, Gilbert, dude, you hate Jake Paul as much as I do. Like, I cannot stand this guy.
Bro, I mean,
if it starts with bro, you know it's gonna be good. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say it like this, man. This guy needs to watch what he says because karma's gonna get him and it's gonna come back to him.
Yeah,
you know,
in Floyd Mayweather.
And I mean, I got to give him respect, you know, just because he got the victory over Nate. But even with that,
Nate's not really a fighter, so like, I mean, like, why? He's not even a boxer, so like, why is he trying to like give himself all the glory? Like, like, until you go against like a great fighter, like, I just don't see him like going up against certain fighters and then having himself a chance to win this fight.
That's what I'm saying is he's gonna go up against a great fighter and Floyd Mayweather, and he's gonna see what it really takes.
He's gonna get knocked out by Floyd Mayweather. I'm just calling it right now.
Instantly. Unless Mayweather,
you know what I want to know? I want to know who's this unknown fighter that he's gonna.
Yeah, but unless he toys with them like he did with McGregor, you know, we'll see. Because he might toy.
Oh yeah, he did. Yup.
I think he'll toy. I know, knowing money, I
probably like for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, he'll play with him for about a round.
I don't know who I hate.
That's what and that's the thing. That's what Mayweather's really good at. Like, he doesn't like go all in the first rounds. He waits until like the later rounds until like he does all his techniques, and that's when he shows you a lot of power. And that's gonna show you why he's undefeated in the fights that
Absolutely.
he's been through.
Absolutely. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't like people who shit talk and don't back it up. That's the only other way to put it, you know? That's how I'm putting it. So this guy's trying to
Like they
climb to
all
the
say,
top.
talks cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're going against money, ain't nothing cheap. All right. So we're talking about trying to move up. Yeah, we're here, bro. They're talking about trying to move up the ladder, trying to get that number 1 slot, which he'll never get because money's gonna knock him the hell out. I got some college basketball news. We talked about the tournament is going to be going on. It's going to be in Indianapolis. It is going to be in March, obviously March Madness. I got some dates.
That's good. That's good.
I got some dates. Obviously, I don't, but
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's hear them dates.
All right, March. Write it down. March 18th will be your first 4. Remember, we talked about that. I think it's going to 68. Isn't it going to 68? Or is it staying 4? I thought it was 68. That's why they're doing the first 4. So I heard 68. I could be wrong.
Not sure on it.
I heard it was 68.
I have to look into that.
Well, either way, it's going to have the first 4 March 18th, all 4 games.
Nice.
March 19th and March 20th, all freaking day. Best freaking time of the year. First round. Oh. Gilbert knows when I worked at the academy, I had like 10 screens up on my computer. Yes. Remember that? Hey, Ricky, can you come help me with this? Bro, play in the 4th quarter, man. Like, what do you help with? Yeah, it was funny as hell. But yeah, no, all due respect. 19th and 20th, first round. 20th and 21st will be the second round. That's all they have so far. Obviously, we don't have semifinals, quarterfinals, nothing like that yet. Those are your dates. Again, March 18th, first 4, March 19th, March 20th, first round, and March 20th and March 21st, second round. Write it down. You don't want to miss it.
Out of all the sports that got canceled this year, I'm glad March Madness did not get canceled this year.
They're losing a lot of games though.
Well, so I have a question for both of y'all. So one of the times I watched March Madness, I actually did brackets. Are you guys gonna do one this year?
I've never officially done a bracket. I've done my own brackets, but I've never done like for money or anything like that.
Yeah, same here, man. I just watch the games, man. It's more entertaining to me to watch the games.
You gotta have more.
Like I tried doing that. Like winner gets like $50,000 or something like that on ESPN.
Unless you like just do it, you know.
Like the first couple of rounds, I was doing pretty good, but then like certain teams lost. Like I think
Cinderella stories, bro.
That was like a few years. That's like a few years ago. So I was feeling myself that day, so I was like,
it's really 1 in a million. You gotta be on it, bro, because you can never know.
Well,
you just gotta know. You just gotta know like everybody. You just gotta know like the whole roster from front to back.
That's the thing about college basketball. It's 1 game elimination, and you never know what can happen. Look at Robert Morris. Look at Loyola Chicago. Like
it happens.
Bad, yeah,
it happens.
Now get this. We just got done talking about underdogs. Get this. You guys are gonna be in shock when I say this.
All right, what is it?
Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky, unranked. All 3 of them right now. At the same time.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Yeah. Those are top teams there.
Those are top teams with great coaches. It's just that like the thing is like Kentucky has not been playing pretty good basketball. Neither.
Yeah, Calipari was pissed.
So yeah, Calipari was pissed too, and then I don't know, man. There's been a lot of questions, and then even North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina is going to be like the downward of teams. I mean, they're still a pretty good program, but I just don't see them like making it. I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know either.
Like Duke, like I kind of like because I like Mike K. And so I mean,
I'm not saying they're not going to get in.
Like these 3 teams are not unranked. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I know that. It's just that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if neither of those teams don't make the Elite 8.
Yeah,
the way they played this season.
So weird, right? Just to see that. It's been since the 60s. I think it's 1968 is the last time that happened.
Wow.
Freaking crazy.
Oh wow, that's a long time ago.
See that goes to say how good these teams are.
Gilbert, you have no face. Upsets. There was one major upset. I think it didn't really. This stood out to me. There wasn't really another big ones. Unranked Minnesota defeated number 7 Michigan. So that was our big upset for the week. Our ranks are still the same. So you got our top 5 are Texas, Iowa, Villanova, Baylor, and Gonzaga. It's been what, a month now since anybody's moved anywhere. I don't see anything changing anytime soon. It hasn't changed anytime soon. So what do you think about that? You think these ranks are going to just carry over all the way to the tournament, George? What do you think? It's only a few.
I think it's gonna carry all the way over to the tournament because Gonzaga has been playing great basketball all season. And then you got Baylor, you got Villanova, those types of teams. Like those are pretty good teams that we're looking at right now. So I mean, I think like it'll be like a great tournament this year based on like the teams that have been playing, based on the teams that you said. So like I'm just ready, and I just can't wait to watch great basketball when it comes to that March Madness time.
Absolutely, I agree. Gilbert, you're back on. We were just talking about if we think that these ranks, Texas, Iowa, Nova, Baylor, and Gonzaga, if that's going to carry over to the tournament. What do you think? That's only about 6 weeks.
Like I said earlier, you never know. I know it's 6 weeks far out, but a lot could happen in 6 weeks. And we just mentioned 3 other great teams, and Duke and Kentucky, and
North Carolina.
But they could all jump to the ladder,
And
climb
North
the ladder,
Carolina.
It's crazy, you guys. The funny thing to me, being that I'm researching all this stuff, is the ranks didn't change in the men, but the ranks changed drastically in the women. Let's jump into the NCAA ladies. All right. Before we get into the ranks, University of South Carolina's Asia Wilson. This is pretty cool. You'll think this is cool, George. I thought it was pretty cool. South Carolina's Asia Wilson received a statue in front of the arena on MLK Day of all days. I thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to her for that. The statue's actually pretty sweet. You can check it out. Spells her name A''J', and then Wilson's pretty cool. Get this. Not only did the number 2 ranked team go down, the number 1 ranked team went down as well this week. Here's your upsets. Iowa defeated number 2 Baylor, and Colorado. That game was nuts. I watched it. Colorado defeated number 1 Stanford, and they both fell in the rankings. So
wow.
Either of those games shock you, or both.
I mean, when in women's game, like there's always like those toss-ups because like how women play, they play like so fundamentally sound. I think with those teams unranked, that's what makes that's what makes women's basketball just so exciting because like you said, you never know who's gonna go down, you never know who's gonna go up, and that's the intriguing thing about watching women's basketball up to today.
Gilbert, are you shocked by either one?
Because all these girls are really great.
No, I agree. Gilbert.
No, I'm done.
You're good. Gilbert, are you shocked by either one of those upsets? Iowa over Baylor or Colorado over Stanford?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, man, just college basketball overall. Upsets all across the board, man. And these are a couple examples right here.
Yeah, that's great. I love college. That's why I love when I check the ranks. I'm like, oh crap, someone moved. Like that's so freaking cool. All right. So with that said, like I said, I don't have that many stories for the women and the guys this time. We had a lot of baseball today. But here we go. The ranks. Like I said, things moved around. All right. Stanford went from number 1. They are still ranked. They're ranked number 5 now. South Carolina is still in the 4 spot. UConn is in the 3 spot. North Carolina State is up in the 2 spot still, and then Louisville hopped all the way up to the 1.
Louisville.
Nice. That sound about right, Gilbert?
Right now it does.
What do you think, George? You think that sounds about right?
Yeah, I gotta go with GA with this one. Right now it does.
Yeah. Still got 6 weeks or so, gentlemen. We'll see.
Yeah.
The first round. We'll see.
A lot of changes coming.
Absolutely. So with that said, we got that new number 1 with Louisville, number 1 ranked team that no one's expecting. We'll see what happens. But gentlemen, it's now time to jump from the new number 1 team in NCAA women to a possible new teammates to win the NBA Eastern Division. Let's talk a little Brooklyn Nets. James Harden joins Kevin Durant, combines for 64 freaking points in a loss to Milwaukee. That's when they got Durant and Giannis got in a fight too, which was kind of cool. This is a
Oh,
possible
snap.
Eastern Finals right here, Bucks and Nets. First off, did you guys watch the game? If you didn't, when you saw the highlights, are you surprised that the Nets scored 64 points combined and they still lost to Milwaukee? George, talk to me.
I think from did all three of them play that game?
Kyrie was out.
I didn't see the game, but I think I saw the highlights. But I think from that loss is only because like the Nets are trying to like figure out how to gel together because like they're kind of like a new team with the big three: James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. So like I think they're still trying to get their feet wet and figure things out. And with all that said, I mean, like I don't know if you guys saw the other game against the Cavaliers. Like Colin Sexton put up 42 on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've seen with the Nets, like they show you that they could put up big numbers, but the question is, could they play defense?
Yeah.
And James Harden is not really a good defender. Kyrie Irving, he's somewhat a good defender, but you don't consider him as a good defender.
He's more of a scorer.
And KD, like he's like out of those three, he's more of like and then like KD is more of a defender, but he protects the rim. So I mean, like they have to get their defensive identity up if Brooklyn Nets want to like conquer the East. Because if they don't, like teams like Philadelphia 76ers, teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, they have to get ready for those two teams, and then like they just got to develop. Yeah, exactly, and they just have to develop more chemistry. That's all.
No, I like that you say that.
These things take time. Like if you really, I mean, these things take time for them to gel because like three of them need the ball and three of them have that same skill set. So like if you have that big three like that, someone has to like sacrifice like shot attempts and stuff. So that's going to be really interesting on how the Brooklyn Nets figure all these things out throughout the season.
I agree with you. I'll come to you right now, Gilbert. I just want to throw one more thing out there. I totally agree with you on the chemistry thing. It always takes time. I mean, look, Miami when they won the championship, when they had Bosch, they didn't win the first year, and other teams.
They didn't win the first year.
They didn't. So, and there's baseball teams.
They had to figure things out.
Yep, exactly. It takes time. Kyrie, you talked about the Cleveland game. I don't think Kyrie was Kyrie that day in Cleveland. First off, he's been dealing with some serious family issues. He even came out almost crying at his press conference saying there's some serious family issues going on. That's why he missed 7 games. Also, Cleveland gave him a full video tribute before the freaking game. So that probably messed with him a little bit. The guy drops 37 versus Cleveland and they still lose. So it's like you said, they're all scoring, but they got to play better D, So, Gilbert, what do you think about
that? Yeah, man. I think for me, it's just the defense. That's the big key. And the fun thing about it is the players that they have on the team are not really known for defense. When you mentioned James Harden, Kyrie Irving, they're not really known for defense. Kevin Durant is, but even the coaching staff. You look at the coaching staff. Mike D'Antoni was never known for exactly. They were never known for defense, and I don't know where they're gonna figure out this defense part from, but they're gonna have to figure it out. And not only that, but they're gonna get the buckets. I mean, they're gonna get the scoring done with those 3 guys on the court. But the thing is, for me, is they gotta put the whole team together. They gotta make the team work as one. And if they can't do that, then it's not gonna work. And the last games that they've been displaying so far has been an example of that.
Yeah.
So
I think
go ahead, George. Go ahead, George.
No, I was gonna say I think that's what made the Warriors team so good because they have Stephen Curry, they have Klay Thompson, they had Kevin Durant those years, but it was like they're a pretty good, well-oiled machine, not only because of their offense, but they do it because of their defense too. So like they already had like a defensive identity just squared away. The Brooklyn Nets don't. So Steve Nash is gonna have to figure out ways on how to implement that defensive identity to if he wants his team to be more successful,
Absolutely.
let alone like try to go to the Eastern Conference Finals or even the finals to try to win it all. So like
Absolutely.
with that, with this how the roster is reconstructed, I think like it's a win or bust if you ask me, because that's a sign that they want to win now. And if they don't win, then everything's a bust.
It's gonna take at least a year. They'll
And
make the
that's what
playoffs this
Shaq
year. I
said. And
don't
I
think they'll make
actually
the finals.
agree.
Yeah. So that's just what I think.
No,
You know,
yeah, they have to make the finals with the way the team's reconstructed.
but well, there was multiple teams involved in this Harden deal, and honestly, I think you might have said it, George, when I sent the message during the week. Like, oh my God, this team is going to be so much stronger. Cleveland and Houston got hell of a lot of good players, and Cleveland just sent Porter Jr. over to the Rockets to join that young core that they just got out of the Harden deal. What do you think about the new look Cavs, George?
I mean, the Cavs, they're pretty like good team. Like they're improving, but let's put this in perspective that they do have 3 centers. Like they have Jared Allen, they have Andre Drummond, and they also have JaVale McGee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be really interesting on how those centers are going to be in those types of rotations. So it'll be real interesting on what Cleveland does from this point on.
I agree. Gilbert, on the flip side, the Rockets, man, they got all kinds of huge names. Talk to me.
Yes. Well, first of all, it's a first start for Porter because they're at Cleveland. He had nothing but problems and off the court. So it's gonna be a first start for him. Hopefully he could get it together at Houston and maybe take off, And for the Rockets, man.
Rockets take off. I had to do that. Go ahead.
Exactly. And for the Rockets, man, they went from no deal to a bunch of deals, and they got a good deals with the return they got back for Harden, and now they got a young player in Porter. So it's gonna be interesting how they play it out the season.
Yeah, and there's one thing that
I think with these 3 teams that were in.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with these 3 teams that were in this blockbuster trade, I think all 3 of these teams won because they got some value pieces like Rockets, they got Victor Oladipo, and I believe they got draft picks and stuff. So like I think Rockets are a very great young nucleus. John Wall is gonna be like their mentor to like try to like get that team over the hump or at least make the playoff. And then like Cleveland, like I think Cleveland's gonna be improving too. So Cleveland's gonna try to see if they could fight in that playing spot in the Eastern Conference. But it's gonna be real interesting. So like it's still early. It's only 16 games in. So we have to like see probably like the first 30 games and see how the teams are set up in the standings and stuff.
And not only that, we still haven't even passed the trade deadline yet. So there's still
funny because of all the deals that have gone down.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's rumors about Bradley Beal being moved, so that's another move we got to keep our eye on.
There's a lot, and then these deals are coming out of nowhere, so we'll see. But even with all these deals, doesn't matter if you're 45 or you're 25, you can't avoid injuries. We had a lot of injuries this week, gentlemen. Here we go. CJ McCollum, foot fracture, out for 4 weeks.
That's gonna hurt them.
Nurkic, 6 weeks with a wrist fracture. And this one sucks the most for me. He literally just got traded. He was going to get a lot of PT, and now he's not even going to play at all. Karis LeVert out indefinitely with a mass on his kidney. So
I love that.
That's not even an injury. That's like
crazy,
pray for him because you don't mess around when it comes to the kidney. So
if it comes to the kidney, like that's something serious.
Yeah. So prayers to Karis.
And I love Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert balled out in the bubble, man. I am so proud of the way he played, man, because that's showing you that he could be that upcoming superstar on any team, because like he is that dude that could flat out score.
Yeah.
So I really love him. I wanted him to be on my fantasy team. But yeah, like and then like CJ McCollum's on my fantasy
I love
team,
CJ
but
McCollum.
unfortunately, like he got hurt, so I have to make a decision on like which team to add to replace him on my fantasy
Gotta get
team
something
with
going there.
Don. So, but
Yeah.
I'm not worried because I'm 4-0 in that league anyway. So you know they can't touch me.
We can't. I'm gonna
It's a
lose
good
10
thing
games
Don's
now.
not here
I'm just
because
joking.
I was gonna roast him on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, with all these injuries, man, like I understand injuries happen, but it's just unfortunate that these these injuries are happening to like these players that are really balling out this year.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, at least the one thing with injuries is they always come back, and sometimes they're better than they were. So we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of comeback, this is the comeback of the year right here. Delonte West. It felt so good to find this story because, you know, we talked about him being homeless. We talked about Cuban finding him and taking care of him and getting him into rehab and doing all that stuff. Delonte West is now not only clean, but he is working at the rehab center / shelter that he went to, which is cool because
Nice.
he'll see people that he was struggling with, and now he's going to be helping them, and they'll trust him because like, hey, he just went through it. You know, why can't I do it? You know, so I'm praying for Delonte West. I hope he's able to change some lives in there, man.
Same.
Yeah.
And that's I always say you meet people for a reason. I think he met Mark Cuban for a reason, and look how he helped him out.
Yeah.
You know, after all these years, he still has his back. So
Yep, he's still alive, and he's going to
that's
change
nice.
other lives. And we're talking about changing lives,
And I think
gentlemen.
that just
Go
goes
ahead, go
to
ahead, go ahead. Sorry, that was my fault.
no, I was just gonna say like I think that goes to show you how much the NBA cares about former NBA players because
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, Delonte West wasn't even in a good place. Like he was homeless. He looked kind of bad. He looked super bad. Like in pictures
He
I've
was drugged out, bro. I
seen,
mean,
and then like now to see him, yeah, he looked drugged out, and now to see that he's clean, like he's fresh, and he's like up on his feet now. Like I applaud Mark Cuban for doing what he did because like not a lot of people will like try to help this young man out, and I'm just happy that
yeah,
he's on his feet doing whatever he needs to do to get his life back together.
I agree. Okay, so the next thing we're talking about, you know, getting your life together, taking care of things. I'm a little controversial on this next thing, okay? Again, I'm going to put this disclaimer. We do not get political on this show. I think we did once the entire time we've ever done these shows. I'm going to talk about something controversial. If you want to comment, go ahead and comment. This is just how I feel, and this is how Commissioner Silver feels. So I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
Commissioner Silver is thinking of having all the players get the COVID vaccine. The reason for that, let me talk about it really quick, is so that he could show that it is safe and that it can be effective. I personally know there's 2 people in my house right now that have got the COVID vaccine. Did they get a little sick after? Yes, they did. But my mom got 2 and my ex-wife got 1 so far, and they're both fine. You know, it in a nutshell, you're a little sore after. Personally, I'm gonna get it. You know, and don't get me wrong, if someone doesn't want to get it, don't get it. That's fine, but please wear a mask while you're out. You know, that's all. That's my disclaimer.
Right.
I'm not getting political. I don't want to get political. This is just where I stand and where Commissioner Silver stands. Gilbert, without getting political, how do you feel about Commissioner Silver's idea?
Well, for me, it's very simple, and I'll put it like
You're the
this.
COVID guy in this group. Go on.
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to business and something serious like this, you got to do it not only for yourself but for the people around you and for your job, man. This is what you do. You entertain people, and not only that, you gotta set an example for the rest of the world. If you go out there and get this vaccine, people are gonna be like, if LeBron gets the vaccine, I could go get the vaccine too, you know. And it's only gonna make things better for the whole situation. So I
I
mean,
agree.
and it's not only that, it's gonna help avoid players getting
All these
Like
numbers going.
what's it called, taking time off just because of the COVID. So
Protocols, yeah.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
George, without getting political, go for it.
I think I agree with what GA said because like I think like the vaccine is super important not only to the NBA players but to everyone around our world today because we've been dealing with this COVID situation for like almost a year now. Like I think like with the vaccine, like you know, I think with the vaccine, like that gives us a lot of hope that things like we will see like some type of normality. Like I don't even know if it's a world, like some things will get back to normal. So like with the like they all say, with the tunnel at there's light at the end of every tunnel. So like if everyone does their part to get the vaccine, then we will see things slowly go back to normal. So I think with Adam Adam Silver doing it, like I think it makes things more effective, and it gives us chances for fans to like come back to the arenas like slowly but surely. So like I think with that, like I think it's just we'll see. Like I think things could possibly open up if people just do their part and like wear a mask, wash your hands, and keep safe around the people.
I totally agree, and I apologize to you guys. We're going to end up going over on time a little bit. We still got football, college football, and MMA coming your way, but I'll try to go through hockey. We've done Ricky's rant, what, 3 times? Or 2 times? We got my 3rd one coming, which will actually lead. It's going to lead into G'd up with GA. Trust me, he's going to get pissed. I guarantee you. Let's talk some hockey.
G'd up with GA, that's a good one.
Get this. Washington Capitals, former Stanley Cup champions, many all-stars. In the freaking capital of the nation, Washington Capitals just got fined $100,000 for violating COVID protocols for having a hotel room gathering with 4 unmasked players. Gilbert, hang on. The names of the players. He's ready.
Hey, yo, this is like Grumpy Gilbert right here. Like that's his rant. Grumpy Gilbert.
All right,
Grumpy Gilbert.
wait till you hear these names. I think even Gilbert knows some of these names. Okay. Evgeny Kuzmanov is a big name. Dmitry Orlov was on the Stanley Cup championship team. Ilya Samson is a multiple-time all-star. Here's where he's gonna get pissed. And even the captain, Alexander Ovechkin. Blow up.
Oh my God. You're the captain of the team. What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to set an example?
Yo, man, that's a Dwayne Haskins move right there.
Bro.
Oh, man.
Except it's not at the strip club.
Yeah. Ovechkin, my God. Better. I mean, he's come from that Russian culture, man. He's like, he should know. He should know better. But
people are so careless.
No, and this will piss you off more. He came onto his Instagram or Twitter or whatever and said, he did like I'm sorry for hanging out with my teammates that I don't get to see very often. Bro, put on a effing mask. It's not that difficult. Man. There's my Ricky's rant.
Real.
Sorry. So, Gilbert, there you go. All right. I thought he would have got more mad, but I'm kind of disappointed. All right. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah, that I know you're pissed.
I'm gonna hold it in.
Oh well, you got more stuff to get mad at. Trust me, it's coming up. Check this. We get a little bit of history. We usually get history in hockey, which is kind of cool. Florida Panthers Keith Yandle, another former All-Star, scores career goal 100. Also, he is chasing the consecutive game streak. He's now at 867 consecutive games and counting in hockey. Like, that's unheard of.
That's a lot of games.
Yes, and he's chasing Doug James, who has 964. So if he keeps on this pace, he could beat him by like the middle of next year sometime. Hockey, you get beat up all the time. 867 games. George, could you play 867 hockey games? I couldn't even play 18. Like, seriously.
Hell no, man. I'm not built that way.
Yeah, no.
I'm not built like that in the ice, man. Ice and my skin do not mix.
You getting your butt kicked the whole time? No, they get beat up, man.
No, man. I'm good.
Okay, so yeah. The Ducks and the Kings are ranked very low this year. We're just going to leave it at that. Dunks. Damn, I'm tired. Ducks won their home opener. Thank God, because that would have been embarrassing if we didn't. Minnesota won nothing, but before that, we had lost 2 games straight to Vegas. But this kind of sucks. We lost one of our big players, Josh Manson, 6 weeks with an oblique strain. That's an injury that like really messes people up. Is a freaking oblique strain, man. It's freaking nuts. Can't even lift your arm up. Like, it's freaking crazy. Former Duck. I don't get these players. Why do you do this stupid stuff? Here we go. Former Duck Elias Pettersson fined $3,000. This is a weird number. $3,987 for a hard slash, which is when you hit with your stick across someone's body, arm, leg, neck, whatever. A hard intentional slash of NHL's bad boy Sean Monahan. He's a big shit talker, so He probably had it coming. But the point is, bro, if you're going to hit him, take him out with an elbow. Take him out with a hard check. Don't hit him with a freaking stick, bro. You're out almost $4,000 now. I hope it was
He's lucky he
worth it.
didn't even get banned for that. He's lucky he didn't even get banned for that, because you could get banned for something like that, because you could actually hurt somebody when you hit people with a stick.
Have they not seen Mighty Ducks 1 and Mighty Ducks 2? Come on now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. We got some injury news as well. Future Hall of Famer now at the Toronto Maple Leafs, used to be with the San Jose Sharks, Joe Thornton. Broken rib. Must be impossible to play hockey with a broken rib. He's going to be out for a month. A little more hockey history. Colorado Avalanche, again, who they're NHL's picking to win the Stanley Cup this year. Nate McKinnon gets his 500th point. In hockey, you get points for like assists, and then you get a point for scoring a goal. So 500 points. He becomes the first player from that 2013 draft to do so. That was actually a really good class. Speaking of draft class, we're going to talk a little college football real quick, but before that, we got to give more condolences, gentlemen. This is ridiculous. Former Los Angeles Ram and former USC Trojan running back John Arnett died at the age of 85. So, again, prayers out to former USC Trojans. John Arnett, age 85. Prayers out to his family. Prayers out to the Trojans family, to the Rams family, to the NFL, and to the NCAA. I can't do this, bro. I can't do this anymore. Every week we're getting somebody. It's getting old.
It's too much.
It's getting angry. So I can't do it anymore. Just real quick, we talked about all the super big name quarterbacks that are going to be in the draft this year. They just added another one. Ohio State Justin Fields has officially declared, and he will be there along Trevor Lawrence. Mac Jones of Alabama. There's some big names that are going to be there. So keep an ear out. All right, time for Gilbert to get mad again. And time for Ricky. This is my fourth rant, dude.
Grumpy Gilbert.
Here, no,
Grumpy
Gilbert. Are we going Grumpy Gilbert or
Grumpy Gilbert.
Grumpy Gilbert? That makes him sound like he's like 90, bro. All right.
I know, right?
Okay.
All right. University of Tennessee.
GA. Okay.
All right. G'd up with GA. All right. University of Tennessee Volunteers are being investigated for allegedly, get this, you're going to laugh and be mad at the same time, allegedly putting money into McDonald's bags that they were giving to their recruits. Go ahead, Gilbert.
Oh, man.
Better have been a good meal. They don't say how much money.
They better get that. Hey, they better have that Travis Scott burger in there too to make it worth it.
Right?
First off, who the hell thought of this? Second off, how did they get caught? One of the players obviously ratted. But a McDonald's bag, bro, put in like some shoes or something.
That's
what are they doing?
That's weird, man.
Why are they doing this in their card? I don't know.
That is so weird that they did that.
All right.
People have been doing this for years, bro.
And it's funny you say that because University of Notre Dame just got placed on a 1-year probation. They had just been found out that they have been conducting unknown off-campus recruiting sessions as well. Way to go, Crying Irish. What do you think about that, Gilbert?
Hey, you gotta get your player somehow. Gotta recruit them somehow.
How hard is it?
Tampering
How hard
rules.
is it to notify your athletic director? Hey, I'm going to Alabama. Hey, I'm going to Georgia. Hey, I'm going here. Unless it's someone you weren't supposed to go to, or it's someone you weren't supposed to talk to or something like that nature. So now they're both screwed. Tennessee's in trouble. Notre Dame's not going to the playoffs, obviously, and they were just in the playoffs.
Yep.
I don't know. It's not worth it. Why are they
messed up?
Freaking shortcuts?
And that's the thing with sports. Like you got to be careful, especially in college sports. If you're gonna take that risk, man,
they got probes, bro. They got spies everywhere.
You gotta really do behind the scenes type of stuff, bro. Because
You know what that's called though? That's called TMZ.
Shout out to TMZ.
The media that snitches on
well, there goes our TMZ sponsor. Thanks, George.
That they're not supposed to do it. Yeah, exactly. They do
Ravens.
that just so to make a story out of it, and they earn money out of it. That's how they
Yeah.
get their money.
It's
They
insane.
find the players, see like what other fishy stuff they do. They catch them, they put it in the
Oh,
story,
yeah.
that goes to media, it goes all over ESPN,
Oh, yeah.
and then that's how they get headlines that way.
Yep.
So,
Well, that's
you
how me
know,
and Gilbert were trained in
yeah,
that,
like you said, players have to be careful.
We were trained in that, and that's one thing that they tell you: just don't be that negative media guy. If you want to be the known media guy who's not the complete nutter prick, do your job. Don't be a dick about it. Like, hey, you had a good game, but why didn't you
Yeah,
do this?
man.
Or not, hey, I saw you with J-Lo last night, and A-Rod was out doing his thing, in LA. Like, why are you going to do that? Why are you trying to mess with people's lives? So I don't like TMZ personally.
Exactly. Like they all say, snitches get stitches.
Word. We got to get a thing for George. George, we still need something for you. All right, gents. I got a question for you, though. My question is, if this is going on now, how long has this truly been going on? 50 years? 60 years? We got like
definitely since
huge names
since the beginning.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of sports, man. Since the beginning of sports, I believe so.
It's horrible.
Long time ago.
Would they roll like extra rocks to the Greek people and be like, here, I'm gonna give you like 2 more so you can build something bigger than that other guy has. Something like that.
Well, like, yeah, I think it's been going on for a long time. It's just that, like, as of right now, like, we have social media, and social media like it's because like before that we didn't have social media.
Yeah,
we didn't have a MySpace or anything. So like the way people have to find out about news is they have to like get a newspaper from a newsstand just to like find out like what the headlines of the story is. Now that we have social media and all these apps going on, people could like find out certain things in an instant.
Anything,
so
bro.
I mean, like, yeah, like they said, they have to be real careful because social media is very huge in our world today.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I do social media all the time, but I totally agree with you.
For real, me too.
Freaking nuts, gentlemen. And the reason I ask that is because there's so many big names in the NFL right now, and you got to wonder. You just got to wonder on some of them. I'm going to leave it at that. Gentlemen, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we got another death.
Ricky's rant again.
No. We got another death this week.
Another one. Death? Okay.
Tony Jones. He played for the Denver Broncos. I believe he was on the Super Bowl team. It says he was on both of them. He died at the age of 54. So here we go again. Condolences to the Jones family. Condolences to the Broncos family. Condolences to the NFL family. How many times do I have to say this? I can't do this anymore. Like, it's just not right.
Yeah, life is just way too short.
Thank you.
Right.
Stop being stupid and having hotel parties and stop being stupid and doing riots. And I'm not going to get into that. We don't have time. So, okay. We don't have time because we'll be here forever. All right, let's jump on the gridiron, gentlemen. It was a cool week in football this week. Green Bay packed the Rams off of the playoff list. That game was awesome. Don't say it wasn't. The Rams put up a fight. The Rams put up a fight, bro. I'm not a Rams fan. I'm not a Packers fan.
I can see that.
That game was good.
See that.
That game was good, bro.
Wait, aren't you a Titans fan?
Why, bro? What?
Hey, you say you're a Packers fan.
I'm not a Packers fan.
I never heard you anything with the Packers.
No.
I'm
a Titans fan, bro. I said I'm not a Packers fan. But the game was, even.
Okay.
The Rams, they kept up the whole time.
They did keep up the whole time. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. So Green Bay's moving on as expected. So one half of the State Farm Bowl is on their way in. Buffalo, the Bills plucked the feathers off the Ravens. Thank God. Ravens beat my Titans, so I was very happy when this happened. However, I was not happy when Lamar Jackson went down with the concussion because I don't wish pain on anybody. And you could see how hurt he was and how pissed he was when he got that concussion.
Yeah.
Hopefully
he played.
I would be pissed too.
Yeah, but they're still bringing him back. The Bills will be going to the AFC Championship first time since 1993, I think it is.
Wow.
So we were kiddos back then. Yes, sir. Of course, the champs, they actually, again, like big surprise, man. The Browns put up a fight, bro. They could have won that game. I told you guys. Watch out.
They could have beat the Chiefs, though.
Could have. And when they took out Mahomes went out with concussion. He got DDT'd into the floor, bro. Look up DDT if you guys are watching.
Yeah, he did.
His head drove into the ground. And then Mahomes' wife and came out, started smack talking. And was it his mom or his wife? I can't remember because before last time when he got hurt by somebody, his mom, I think his
His
mom came out.
Mom.
But this time it was the
It's
wife.
probably his mom.
This time it was the wife. I'm like,
Oh,
really?
snap.
They need to get off social media. They're gonna ruin his reputation. So, but
That's what it is, though.
bro, he did clear all protocols. He had to take a bunch of tests this week, and he did pass. He didn't know if he was going to play or not. He is scheduled to play in the AFC Championship against Buffalo. It's going to be a good one. Last playoff game. God, man. Freaking Tom Brady. Buccaneers beat the Saints. George called it. George, congratulations. I still hate
Ricky, what did I say about like 3-4 weeks ago about the Buccaneers?
That they were going
I said that they were a mess.
To the Super Bowl with Brady.
I said they were a mess, but if they could put it together, they could do
something
in the playoffs.
It's documented. He did say that.
And now look at
and then Rick in
the playoffs.
Brady. I hate Brady.
Yeah, Ricky, you can't bet against Tom Brady. I'm sorry that you don't like Tom Brady. Like, I know you despise Tom Brady, but the dude won 6 Super Bowls in 9 tries, with the Bucks, man.
All right.
So that's something you just got to respect.
Yeah.
So if he wins, he's gonna win 7 Super Bowls in 10 tries.
We'll never hear the end of it.
I think that's an all-time high, and he's automatically a ballot Hall of Fame
he's already in the
all
Hall
those multiple Super Bowls.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a shooter in the Hall of Fame.
Bro.
Well, so I mean, you can't bet it against Tom Brady. Gotta respect greatness.
I'm gonna place my bet now. I'm gonna place my bet.
We'll do bets in a minute.
Go ahead.
Hold it. We're gonna do them in just a minute. Okay, hold it. After the game, you could see that Breeze was super emotional. Personally, I feel Breeze is walking away. There's rumors. I think his wife came out and said that he's been playing. What did I say? Was a labrum? A torn labrum for the last month. I want to say it's a labrum. Don't quote me on that. For the last month, that's typical Drew Brees right there. I'm not hurt. I got this. I'm okay. And then when he got hit in the rib that one time, that was it, dude. You could just tell.
That goes to say how.
Yeah.
That goes to say how talented of a player he is, just to be able to play through injuries and still not only to play through injuries, but almost win a game in the playoffs. That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I think
with all these injuries, and I think with all these injuries that Drew Brees had, man, like because of like those 13 broken ribs that he had, and then like you mentioned, like the torn labrum, I think his career is pretty much over, to be honest with me, because I could just look to see like I would probably see him play one more year, but I don't see him playing like the next 2 years. I just don't.
I disagree. I think he's done.
Yeah.
He waved to the crowd. He brought his family on the field. He took all these Instagrams crying.
But I would, yeah.
He said bye to Brady.
It's either.
I think he's done.
He's either retiring this season or next season, but I just don't see him playing the next 2 seasons.
Injuries are strong, bro.
If he's done, I'm not. And then if he retires like at the end of this season, I'm not surprised at all because like all the injuries that he had. And his he's walking away. He's hanging the helmet up and everything.
It's so crazy with all these legends dying, and then now our era, our age group, they're all retiring. Phillip Rivers, 17 years, retiring, and the guy's got 9 kids. His wife needs help, man. get him home. So 17 years.
Man, that figure must be real great.
Yeah. Well, G's a Charger fan.
Should have retired last year.
You're a Charger fan. You're not a Dallas fan, but you like Chargers too. Talk to me a little bit about Phillip Rivers and what he's done for the Chargers, and then what he did for the Colts, and just for NFL in general.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like he should have retired as a Charger, but I mean, that's a story for another day. But as a NFL fan, just seeing Phillip Rivers and the career that he had, man. Even though he didn't get to go to the top of the food chain, the Super Bowl. He left the mark in the NFL, especially his playing days with LT. Man, those teams were great, and they had a chance to win it all in 06, and I was really hoping they would have done it, but they couldn't pull it off. Phillip Rivers is he's gonna go down as one of those great quarterbacks of all time.
I have nothing controversial to say. I think he's a Hall of Famer first ballot.
Oh, definitely.
You ask me.
And his numbers speak for it.
Yeah. Oh, I totally agree. He's got records. They're out there. You just have to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, check this. You just talked about the team being good, but not good enough. Houston Texans have some serious drama right now, and they're about to lose both of their Watt boys. J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson both want out of Houston.
Oh,
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. And Watson's getting.
I don't blame him.
He has for the last couple of years.
Can the Cowboys pick up one of them?
Right, send him to the Titans. Need a freaking linebacker. Okay, Watson's gone. I don't know where he's gonna go, but he's gone because quarterbacks are easier.
Somebody's gonna pick him up.
He's gone unless they trade him. Oh, they are gonna trade him. He has a no trade clause, so he can veto any trade he wants. So it's
the Colts and Saints need a quarterback now.
Colts
So
need a quarterback. There's
even
a
the Cowboys need a quarterback.
Yep, Cowboys, Colts. There's a couple that need him. There's one, and then J.J. Watt. Anybody will sign him. Oh, you want to here? Blank check. Here you go. He's J.J. freaking Watt.
I want to see him on the Steelers. I want to see him on the Steelers. I want to see that.
Kidding
the
me?
brothers.
You want all the Watt brothers? That would be insanity.
Yes. I want to see it.
George's face.
But who do you want to be your quarterback? You still want Ben Roethlisberger to be your quarterback, or should they go a different direction to try to get a quarterback? I'm just talking about.
Good segue, George.
From the Steelers' perspective.
Good segue. Dwayne Haskins just signed with the Steelers. Wow, you guys are good today. Dwayne Haskins has signed with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Well, that answers the question, BS. George. I think the Steelers are going another direction now with that sign.
Too. I don't think Ben's done, but I think he's gonna have to fight.
Yeah, I think
this year. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, because like Dwayne Haskins, I'm glad. Like I'm gonna say this. I'm really glad that Dwayne Haskins is getting a second chance after his controversial thing that he did, like going to a strip club with no mask and everything. That was like totally unprofessional and totally unnecessary that he did. So that's number one. Number two, I think him going to the Pittsburgh Steelers is the Steelers are going to need another quarterback because Ben Roethlisberger is pretty much done. So like he could be like another quarterback that's going to walk away from the NFL.
Yeah.
Playing like how many years? Like he played at least like 15, 16 years or whatever.
At least.
Yeah. So like I think Ben Roethlisberger is done, and that kind of showed it when they lost to the Browns. So like I think Dwayne Haskins could possibly take his spot, and he already has that pedigree on his resume that he could be the captain. But could he? Like, question is that a quarterback that learned his lesson and trying to make himself a better leader?
We'll see.
Because like he did set a bad example in Washington. So like I think and then like I'll say this, and then like Mike Tomlin is gonna like really coach him up. So he's not gonna take anything less than effort. So I know how Mike Tomlin is, because like he didn't even like Antonio Brown, and he's been like having heated discussions with Antonio Brown based on his egregious like behaviors that he had in the past. So I think Dwayne Haskins being on that, like I think he's gonna become eventually become a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We'll see how he does. If not next year, then the year after. I'm gonna try to get you out of here by 9. I promise. Okay. Carson Wentz is talking to the Colts, so we'll see what happens with that, because he's obviously not getting that Eagles job. So he's looking to the Colts with Rivers leaving. I think he might go, which would be kind of cool. The Eagles, also talking Eagles. Eagles hire former Colts OC. How funny we go from Colts and Eagles to Colts and Eagles. Nick Sirianni is their new coach. The Chargers just hired former Rams defensive coordinator Braden Staley. I think we talked about that this week as their new head coach. The Lions have also finally hired a coach. They hired former Saints assistant coach Dan Campbell.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear about Dan Campbell?
We got time. You got time? I do. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's your story. Go ahead. Tell me.
No, like I don't know if you heard. Like he said, like we're gonna like buy some kneecaps and stuff. I'm like,
yeah. What are you saying? What does that even mean?
Like, bro, you're gonna like start a floodgate of all these 31 teams that's gonna come after your rack based on like what you said during the media, bro.
You gotta be careful.
That's kind of like the LeVar Ball of the NFL.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Except he's in the NFL.
Get these right here.
Then you have to back it up.
And you ain't gonna back it up with the Lions, not for a while. Okay, back to the Texans real quick.
Go ahead.
Listen to these two names. The Texans
What's up?
are talking to Romeo Crennel, which I believe he was the interim coach for a little while, and I forgot his first name. McCown. Freaking McCown. Like, I know McCown's done like coaching stuff and he's done the whole mentor quarterback thing. I don't see him as a head coach. I really don't. So yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see. This is kind of cool. We're almost to our picks and then we'll get to MMA and then we're done. Sarah Thomas.
Okay.
We give the love to the ladies on our shows. Very first female will be reffing in the Super Bowl this year. She's gonna be
oh man, I love it, man.
Yeah, she's gonna be a sideline ref, I believe it is. So shout out to Sarah Thomas. I'm super excited for her. I think that's fantastic.
Yes, I am too.
So shout out to her. Shout out to all the ladies in all the sports. All right. G had to bounce. He had to go do daddy stuff. So peace out. Playoff picks. Super Bowl, we will know after Sunday night. All right, George. We got Buffalo against KC on CBS at 3:30.
Okay.
And Tampa against Green Bay at 12 o'clock on Fox. Let's go. Let's start with Buffalo and KC. If you ask me, I love the Chiefs, but Mahomes is coming back from a major injury. Caught that concussion. That might be on his mind every time he goes to get hit. Buffalo is on fire right now. Their defense is on fire. Allen is on fire. I'm going with Buffalo by 3.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo Bills, they've been playing like some great football lately. They surprised like a lot of teams during their season. So Josh Allen has been like a fantastic quarterback. But so is the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been pretty good too. So I think because and then like depending on how Mahomes performed and how he like comes out of the gates, I'm gonna say if Mahomes is at least 70% healthy that game, I'm gonna put Chiefs by 3. So I'm gonna say 20-23.
2023.
Chiefs.
Okay, I'll go a little lower than that. 17-14 Buffalo. Because it's all defense. That whole thing's gonna be defense. So we'll see. Yeah. All right, this next game is gonna be all offense. Got the GOAT against the future. I keep saying future, but he's been playing forever. But he's like the name right now.
The battle of number 12s.
Yeah, got Tampa Bay, the Bucks going to Green Bay to take on Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead, George.
That bad man, Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man.
He loves.
And I love Aaron Rodgers.
He loves doing that, guys.
But I also love.
This one's hard for you.
And I also love. But I also love Tom Brady.
Tampa and Green Bay.
As you know.
Tampa and Green Bay.
So I think because of offense, it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm going to say, get ready for this.
I'm ready.
I'm going to say 42-35 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl for his 10th time in his 20-year career.
All right. So Green Bay is known for their offense, and they got Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's expecting the
that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man.
I'm telling you, he loves it. I mean, every time I just say Aaron Rodgers, he goes cray. Anyway,
so Coach John don't like it.
I really don't care. It's hilarious. I think Tampa's defense. I mean, you got Brady, kicking his butt. Gronk kicking butt. AB's not even gonna play. He's hurt. But Tampa was killing it. But their defense, bro. This week, that defense stepped up against New Orleans. And if that shows up against Green Bay, Tampa's walking away with the win. And I'm picking, believe it or not, I'm picking Tampa. God, it hurts to say that.
Whoa.
Picking Tom Brady and the Bucks over the Packers. 27 to 27. No, we're going to go higher. 35-27.
I'm writing this down. I'm going to write this down real quick.
35-27, Bucks over the Packers.
Ricky's picking. Ooh, okay. Let me.
And Gilbert
Let
missed
me write this down. Let me quote that up and put that on my Facebook.
Well, oh, you better not. It's gonna be on Facebook soon anyway. So I don't know. Tampa.
I got.
All right, but here's the important one. Who is all right? So you're picking
What?
Buffalo, or you're picking KC and Tampa. I'm picking Buffalo and Tampa. I got Buffalo winning the whole thing. If they play Tampa, I got them beating Tampa by. It's gonna be really close by a touchdown. If they play Green Bay, I got them beating them by 10. And you're picking KC and Tampa. So what do you think for either Super Bowl matchup? So it'd be KC against Tampa or
KC and Tampa.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be Mahomes versus Tom Brady. So Mahomes is a very great quarterback. He's arguably the best quarterback in the NFL right now. But Tom Brady is more of an experienced quarterback. Mm-hmm. So this is a very, believe it or not, Ricky, this is a pretty hard choice. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm going to pick Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win it all. And I say that score will probably be, I'm going to say 42-45. It's going to be, I say it's going to be a close game in the Super Bowl.
God, if Brady wins again, I know I'm never going to hear the end of it. I don't know. It's going to be awesome. And I can't wait for next week's show when we get to make our Super Bowl predictions. So I'll try to make sure we do football closer to the beginning. Last thing,
yes.
All I got to say, my friend, is going to be one hell of a fight this weekend. One hell of a fight on the gridiron.
It's going to be some great football game.
Yes, sir. And there's going to be one hell of a fight Saturday night, 7:00 on pay-per-view at Fight Island. But before we get into that, we talked about a fight last week. Holloway against Cater. Bro, it was on ABC. Anybody could have watched it. It was during the football game. So, I don't know how their ratings was, but I flipped through while I was watching the Packers game. And bro, this was one of the best fights I've ever seen. I'm 36 years old. This is one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. 5 rounds.
Wow.
They both lasted the full 5. I didn't think that Cater was going to last the full 5. Holloway landed over 400 strikes, dude. And they were hard strikes too.
Damn.
So the fact that Cater lasted as long as he did, if you get a chance to see it on YouTube, watch it. Fight night, Holloway versus Cater. Match was amazing.
Okay.
Holloway comes back with the dub. He gets the dub. So it was an epic fight, and we know there's gonna be an epic fight Saturday night, 7:00 pay-per-view. McGregor and Porrier. But before we get to that, McGregor just barely returned, is already telling Dana White he wants at least 7 fights in the next 18 months. Do you think he can do it?
Man, that's a lot of fights, Ricky.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could do 3 fights, to be honest with you.
He said 7 fights in 18 months. That's less than 2 years.
Exactly. But you know how crazy-minded Conner McGregor is, bro. He's a trash talker. He's going to try to hype up the media. He's going to try to find ways of making himself more entertaining in this fighting business. So I mean, nothing surprised me about what I'm hearing about Conor McGregor.
Absolutely. With that said, Saturday night pay-per-view, Fight Island, 7 p.m. Dustin Porrier, Conor McGregor. Who you got?
Oof. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I think Conor McGregor's super cocky, but I think I'm gonna pick the other guy, bro.
You think he's gonna come out? Yeah, they fought once before, by the way, and Conor knocked him out in the first round in 1 minute and 46 seconds. But like we talked about a couple shows ago, revenge, chip on his shoulder.
I think he could possibly get that revenge fight. He could possibly get that revenge fight.
We'll see.
But Conor McGregor, man, he's crazy minded. So
I don't know. Well, exactly, and that's why I think it's going to carry him to another victory. I don't think he's going to dominate. I think it will go at least 3 rounds. I don't know how many rounds are in the pay-per-views. There might be 7 and maybe 5. I'm not sure, but I think
they cut it down, right?
I think McGregor is going to win, but I think he's going to have to earn it this time. I don't think he's gonna just walk in, hit that knee,
Yeah.
punches. That's not gonna happen this time because Poirier's done his homework. So that's gonna be an awesome fight. I can't wait to see that fight. We're done. We actually didn't go to 9 o'clock, but that's okay. We went over on time, but we needed to go over today because we gave love to so many big name people. Don Sutton. Let me go through the list just super quick.
Yeah.
Tony Jones,
Okay.
John Arnett, and then Don Sutton and Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron, we're not going to get into it again, but just rest in peace to all of them. They're all legends in their sport. They all made an impact in some which way or another. So shout out to them. Prayers to their family. And we just pray that the good Lord gives them the guidance that they need right now to get through this really hard situation. Coming next week, though. Next week, episode 10, we already know our title's going to have something to do with Rumble. Either Let's Get Ready to Rumble or Ready to Rumble or something silly like that. Obviously, Royal Rumble is next week. That's going to be cool. There's rumors The Rock might return, that Brock Lesnar might return, that Ronda Rousey might return. So I'm super excited.
Okay.
If anybody wants to come see that, then let me know. We're going to have the Hall of Fame results for baseball because that comes out on Tuesday. Don't forget. And we're going to have our Super Bowl matchup. We'll know who's playing. Will State Farm get that Super Bowl that they're foaming at the mouth for? We'll see. It's going to be pretty freaking epic.
Ooh, I hope that happens, though.
It's going to be nuts. It's been a crazy week this week. I'm hoping next week will be more excitement and less emotion. Of course, Ricky's rant will be there because I'll find something. But, this episode was very emotional, just like last week's was. I'm just hoping I don't have to make any more backgrounds, if you know what that means. So, Hank, we love you. Thank you so much to everybody.
Love you, Hank.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to say to our listeners before we head out?
If you guys are listening, if you guys are watching this, do your research on Hank Allen. He's a exceptional baseball. He is a baseball savant. He has 715 home runs, and he paved the way towards us Black people to play the sport because during historical times, like Black people weren't able to play baseball because of their skin color. So you guys should read up on him, read up on Hank Allen. He's a very great story, and you guys won't regret what you have to hear about him.
Yeah. Hank Aaron, George, you're tired. I'll allow it. George worked really hard this week. All right. Henry Aaron, even Don Sutton, huge names. Like I said, I just hope I don't have to make any backgrounds next week. That's what I'm praying for. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. My prediction for that is Bianca Belair and Brock Lesnar, or Shayna Baszler and Brock Lesnar. We'll talk more about that next week because it'll be the day before the Rumble. It's gonna be really exciting to check that out. If Ronda returns, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be super cool. I'm really excited to see who's gonna be in the Baseball Hall of Fame because they've been carrying it out for a while, and it could be so many different people. And maybe Barry Bonds will get in. Who knows? We'll see. It's gonna be crazy. This week has been crazy, and this next week to come up is gonna be even crazier. Stay safe out there. Wear a mask. We love you. Again, if you want to, you're gonna be seeing this at 5:00 on youtube.com / All Sports Media Team. You can see all of our shows. This is episode 9. We've done obviously 9 shows of this, and you can also check out our other show, Double Dribble, also on youtube.com, All Sports Media Team. Make sure you check that out as well with our series of all our female hoopers. By the time you see this, we will have interviewed Miss Tatted Buckets, Janae Barnes. I'm super excited about that one. We got some other huge names coming as well. So make sure you tune in. Stay safe out there, and just remember to be with family. Cherish your family because life is too damn short. And also remember, whether you're trying to score in the life or climb the ladder of success, always reach for the title. On behalf of myself and George Ochola, we love you guys. Thank you for following. Stay safe out there. Peace out.
Peace out.